Hello, I'm Susan, a librarian at Naperville Public Library. In this program, I'll demonstrate some felting techniques for making environmentally friendly wool dryer balls. Unlike disposable dryer sheets, these wool spheres are reusable. They reduce drying time by separating laundry for air circulation. You have the option to scent them with a few drops of essential oils. You can also recycle damaged wool apparel and other natural fibers for this craft. For those who do not have a class supply pack, felting wool can be purchased from local Illinois farms. Also on Etsy.com, you can search for felting wool and filter your results for Illinois vendors. For this project, we'll be using a total of about 20 grams of wool. For the core of the project, we'll use undyed, cream-colored core wool, which is only marginally processed and felts easily. Then we'll use a variety of dyed wools for the outer decoration. For the core of this type of project, you also have the eco-friendly option of incorporating natural fiber scraps. Wool yarn tends to unravel on the surface of dryer balls, but it can be used in the core. A large 36 or 38 gauge felting needle works well for this project. You'll also need a padded surface to protect your table surface and to protect your needle, which can break easily. Common mat options are dense foam or a compostable cloth or burlap bag filled with rice. You'll also need a stocking or socks, something to tie it closed, and a washer and dryer. For anyone using the class supply kit, you'll need to use all the wool provided in the kit. Any color you don't want to use on your surface design should be hidden within the core. Decide on your final design before you begin the project. You might want to reserve some of the cream-colored core wool for your surface design. Here I'm recycling some felted scraps for this core, but you can begin by simply tearing off a piece of core wool and rolling it into a tight ball. Always tear, never cut the wool in order to maintain its ability to felt. Always keep your eyes on your fingers as you use straight jabs to attach the layers of wool together. Keep in mind that the barbed tip of the needle is delicate and that you don't want to put pressure on it by bending it sideways. Continue to roll the wool to evenly attach the layers of wool. Tear off additional pieces of wool and wrap them around the core. Use the pressure of your hands to squash the core into a round shape. Besides needle felting, you can roll the ball in your hands as you would clay to redistribute the wool into an evenly round shape. Continue to do the needle felting and the rounding in your hands to finish the core. I'll show you a few decorating options before talking about the wet felting process. First is this quick option in which you layer strips of colored wool over the core. Here I'm adding bits of aqua wool over stripes of green. The goal is to tack the wool in place so that it doesn't shift too much in the washer and dryer. But I'm not tacking every fiber in place. The final design will be a bit of a surprise. I'll add several other colors the same way. You can use a cookie cutter to create clean edge shapes. This can either be needled directly onto the core or, as shown here, felted on a mat, then transferred to the core. Needle small tufts of wool around the edge of the shape. Focus on the bends in the shape. Here I've already needled one side, flipped it over, and reinserted into the cutter to reinforce on the other side. Separating the wool gently from the mat, I secure the shape to the core with gentle jabs. You can also create your own unique cookie cutters with Naperville Public Library's 3D printers. Check out the Computers and Technology page on our website or attend one of our 3D printer classes. You can also paint or even doodle with wool. To create a wing for this heart, I'm securing one end of a tuft of wool to the core with a few jabs. Then I can use my needle to guide the fiber where I want to secure it. I'm careful not to put too much pressure on the tip of the needle as I guide the wool where I want it to go. You can grab little wisps or fringes of wool by gently wrapping them around the end of the needle. Once again, I don't need to be concerned with taming every fiber. I know that the washer and dryer will complete the felting process. When you've finished your surface design, place your project in a stocking or sock and secure it with a tie. Choose a reusable tie that won't shrink in the wash so that it can be easily removed and reused. As shown, several dryer balls could be washed together, but the class supply pack is for one. Wash your project on a hot setting with laundry detergent. Do not use fabric softener. Wash the project with old dark towels. The wet felting process will ensure that the dryer balls will be color fast after drying. But for this cycle, don't wash them with lightly colored items just to be safe. Dry them on a high heat setting to complete the felting process. Enjoy the surprise of your finished project. The wet felting process will have smoothed out surface textures and merged colors. You can also layer lighter colors over darker ones for an interesting marble effect. This project provides many design opportunities, such as creating round critters. This creature set uses various undyed shades of wool from different sheep breeds, as well as accents of orange and gold. Pictured here is just a sampling of the library's books on felting. The first book pictured, Feltlicious by Carrie Chapin, is a great resource for learning to create three-dimensional illusions with wool. The second book, Painting with Wool, is by master artist Danny Ives, who shares many beautiful examples of her work and techniques. Also, check out the library's online resource, Creative Bug, which has thousands of award-winning art and craft video classes taught by design experts and artists. Thank you for joining me, and make sure to watch our YouTube channel for more crafts soon.